Hey, it's Dan from Plant to Health. Carbs make you fat? It's the other way around. Carbs make you skinny. Find out next. Question of the day. What is your favorite or most addictive carb? Let me know in the comments below. What are carbs anyway? Is it cake? Maybe pizza? Maybe both? Carbs are all the foods that break down to glucose in our bloodstream and liver. But actually, cake and pizza, if you want to know, the vast majority of calories there comes from fat. You see, the problem is we don't really distinguish between whole carbohydrates and refined carbohydrates. A whole carbohydrate can be a potato, a sweet potato, even whole grain bread, brown rice, quinoa, an apple. Those are all whole carbs, as opposed to refined carbs like white flour or white sugar. Those are processed and they're not as good for us, and they won't help you lose weight. You see, the problem is we're not distinguishing between whole foods and junk food. Carbs from whole foods can be, for example, rice or quinoa or barley or a potato or a sweet potato, as opposed to junk food where you're eating a cake or a cookie or pizza and you think you're eating carbs, but actually the vast majority of calories, like I mentioned, come from fat. So what are you getting when you eat a cookie? You're getting refined carbohydrates and you're getting a large quantity of fat. That is a classic example of a junk food, because the combination between carbs and fat makes for a junk food, as opposed to a whole food that actually makes you healthier and skinnier. Brown rice and the potato and other natural whole foods have water in them and fiber and all sorts of nutritious phytochemicals that are good for our body and antioxidants. So what's the verdict then? Do carbs make you skinny or do they make you fat? Well, the answer is that depends. What kind of carbs are you eating? Are you eating processed carbs? Are you eating white bread? Are you eating sugars, cakes? Are you eating cookies and pizzas? Then you'll definitely have a hard time losing weight. But if you're eating potatoes, rice, barley, quinoa, fruits, other starchy vegetables, yes, you will absolutely be able to lose weight easily and in the most healthy and sustainable way, just like I did. So what? If I eat this potato, I'll get skinny? Absolutely. Actually, the potato, if you don't put oil or cream or butter on it or any kind of other fatty condiment, is actually one of the most slimming foods available. It's actually very satiating and it'll make you lose weight, as long as you don't add any oils or other fatty fruits to it. What about fruit though? I'm always hearing that fruit is just sugar and that you shouldn't eat it. Actually, the opposite is true. Although fruit contains sugar, it's actually one of the healthiest things you can eat. As opposed to a refined carbohydrate, the sugars in fruit are tied up with water, fiber, and fruit always contains antioxidants, vitamins and minerals, and a lot of things that are good for us. So the body doesn't treat it the same way. You don't get sugar rush like you do after you eat a piece of candy. You should definitely eat fruit, even though it's a carb, because it is actually part of one of those carbs that do make you skinny and healthy. Last but not least, I have to mention the importance of starchy whole foods. I promise to get into it in greater detail in future videos. But for now, starchy foods are foods like legumes, like these beans here, beans, peas, lentils, chickpeas, etc., and potatoes, sweet potatoes, corn, whole grains like rice, quinoa, barley, and so on, and squashes. Those are all extremely important, both for feeling full and for getting all the energy you need for your day-to-day activities. It's important to include them in your daily diet. We'll get more into that in future videos. So, what do you say? Do carbs make you fat? I don't know, you tell me. I lost over 66 pounds or 30 kilos eating potatoes, beans, rice, and fruit every day. So, turn it around. Carbs make you skinny. See you next time.